Hey guys, Blake here from Mischief Monkey Garage with my twin brother Dale.
Hey guys.
We just wanted to do a catch-up video. So obviously we haven't posted something for a long time. We've just been lazy and not having pretty much any cameras around, but a lot has happened. We've got new footage of Dale's Hilux. We've got footage of our cars at the raceway, so that will be just a bit later in the video. But plenty has actually happened. So our last video was Rob's manifold swap. So there's a bit of a backstory behind that. You will see that car a bit later on. But we ended up taking the high-rise manifold off because we just spoke to it did originally feel like it had a bit more power, but we wanted to really stick it on the dyno. And once we spoke to a few people about it, he was just saying, unless you got a big cam, it's not really worth it. So we just decided to put the stock manifold back on. And then he was like, we'll do a power run and we'll see how much power we can get just out of a bog stock LS. So we'll just punch across to that video because we did get a video of it on the dyno. So we'll swap across to that now.
So unfortunately with the Hilux we did take it out to the lakeside rolling drags. You'll see some videos of that a little bit later on as well. I had some bad luck with it towards the end of it. Went good for about 2 weeks and then the knock started happening. Knowing me, I always like to test my luck, so I tried driving it home. Unfortunately, it seized one of the rod bearings. Still does start and run and drive, but unfortunately for me, I needed to cut my losses with the vehicle. Yeah, so we moved on to a bigger, better project at the moment, so we should have some photos and videos coming up shortly. Yeah, excited to see it back on the road.
Yeah. So, story behind it was we did try to get a video released earlier on of us working on the Hilux. What Dale did was we ended up having a problem where it wouldn't full throttle. We were thinking it was, you know, the ECU playing up and, you know, the throttle position, and he's just done all the basic stuff. We ended up finding out that the fuel
tank was rusty. Pretty much fuel tank was rusty. Had to clean it out, had to use a special filter to make sure nothing that was going through the engine. After that went sweet, and that's when we went to the rolling drags. But unfortunately there was more underneath the story and the motor side. Never knew how healthy it was, and unfortunately it didn't last.
Yeah. So the story behind that Hilux, when you'll see in the videos, is actually it only had 1 and 3rd gear? Or 1 and 2?
Yeah, so we had problems with the transmission, especially with the shift control solenoids, and part of that was it only had 1st or 3rd, so I manualised the box, unplugged it, so you had 1st and 2nd only. That's what you're going to see at the drag, so it's not a lot of top end, but still lots of fun. Yeah. So
yeah, we'll put in the videos now. When we went to an event called Chrome Bumpers. I think they have it every season, every
6 months or yearly. Yeah. Yep.
First one that we'd been to taking the cars out. So we were going to get Rob out there in the Volvo, but it turns out that the organiser of the event said that it didn't pass being a chrome bumper. Obviously, it doesn't have chrome bumpers on it, but we saw some old BKs out there with plastic bumpers.
Yeah,
I think there was this weird sort of thing where if it got released in that model and it had a chrome bumper on the previous model, then it would be allowed in. But I think Rob's Volvo had a chrome bumper on the early model one. So, but we just didn't end up taking it. Rob ended up running shotgun with me, getting some videos, and then Dale
jumping in with me as well.
So yeah, we'll shoot through some of the videos of that now for you. So yeah, it was an awesome day at Chrome Bumpers. We, had some cars raced. I got chopped so much. There were some quick cars out there. Car ran beautifully all day. We all pretty much drove home kind of thing. The Hilux at that stage wasn't having any issues.
Yeah.
It actually broke 2 weeks after we went to the event, which is so typical. But yeah, on my Gemini, I think the only thing I've done since we last seen you guys is I pretty much just upgraded the whole fuel system. So I went with a Teflon hose, which is stainless braided. I'm just getting it ready to run E85 pretty much. So yeah, I just did. I'll have to get some photos and show you guys what I had to come across, because my line was smaller than a 5/16. I think it was the size underneath there. It was like a pinhole. So I've actually gone to a dash 6 fuel line.
Fitting. Yep.
So yeah, I've just got all the fittings for it, and it's just going straight on the fuel rail at the moment. So yeah, not too much with mine. It's running pretty mint at the moment. It's probably the best it actually ever has. And we've had a friend of ours pick up an old VC. I think it's a VC.
Yeah.
You'll probably see more of it as well. He's only just picked it up, just put Rego on it. It's a 308. The thing is immaculate as anything. We were hoping he was going to be here today to show you guys, but we'll get it with the next video. But yeah,
nice vehicle.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked with it. So he should be in the next few videos. We've already done an alt matter on that thing already. But yeah, you guys will probably start seeing more of what Dale's projects are. So one of them being the Escort behind.
Yeah, so this is my 79 Mark II Ford Escort. I've had this for probably 4 to 5 years now. So it was, people have known it for a roll-on paint job. Finally saved up my coin and got it painted professionally. Keen to see it on the roads, just need some windscreens fitted to it. So
since the Hilux blown up, Dale's dream car was pretty much a Pontiac Trans Am. So most of you guys would have known it as the Smokey and the Bandit car. It's same shape as a later model or early model?
It's a little bit later model. Some front end nose cone on it. Pretty much the same basics. Saw it on Facebook, loved it since I got it. I drove all the way from Gold Coast, just car trailed it home. Done a bunch of stuff on it since, new tyres, power steering line, all these bushes, underbody coated it. Pretty much went head to tail, got some stuff from the US as well in for it.
So see more of that as well. It's currently broken down. We took it for a drive with a tray plate over the weekend, and the throttle got stuck. And it was pretty interesting, but once we got it turned off, it wouldn't start again.
Yes, starter motor died, so
solenoid click. That's probably what we're actually going to be heading this afternoon, is just to go get the Trans Am back to Dale's place here, because it usually sits here where we're filming at the moment. So, but we'll try and keep the cameras on. We've really missed a whole bunch of stuff. We've been pretty lazy at the moment, pretty hectic with work with everyone, to be honest. So hopefully we'll get back into the swing of things, and you guys get to come along with us and tinker around with their cars.
Yeah.